welcome to Awkward Channeling, where spiritual insight meets real life awkwardness. If you're here for truth, growth, and a little chaos, you are in the right place.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
everyone. Welcome. Today, we're going to do some talking and we will do some channeling. We will not get carried away and forget to channel. We will do that.
We
But we're
hope.
looking, right? We hope. If somebody comes through or whatever, but we do have a couple we want to talk to. But we're doing spiritual green flags. We
Right.
always talk about the red flags, but let's talk about the green flags. Let's talk about what you want to look
Positive
for in
today.
somebody. Hmm?
So going a little positive today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just think that's important anyway. And then
Yeah.
we've got a list of some myths that we can talk about as well.
Yeah.
We just want to get honest about things. And, you know, I have to say that I talk to a lot of people off and on who are connected to people who are really limiting them and who are judging them harshly. And it's stalling everything they're doing. And it's hard to tell somebody, hey, you're hooked up with the wrong person.
Right.
Like, you need to get out of that circle. There are literally spiritual circles that are just very negative,
Oh, some
who
of
are
them
very,
are downright toxic. It's like
I
that.
was going to say, they're controlling and toxic.
Yeah. There's several groups on Facebook that I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
yeah. No, I keep leaving. I keep joining them because I see other people are in them. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
God. Therefore, we have talked about starting like, and anyone who, is around or sees this now or later, let us know if you would at all be interested in like a once a month
Right.
Zoom call or something where we all just get together and share our perspectives, not I'm right, you're wrong kind of scenarios. It's more like, how do you see it?
Yeah.
This is what our experience. So
Kind of
like
like a little
sharing,
round table, like
yeah, I'm just sharing
I think
experiences, thoughts, asking
it would be
questions.
good. Yeah.
And, I love getting feedback from more than one person. So
Oh,
coming to something like that, and if you can ask questions and you feel
right.
comfortable, which is what we would want to be providing as a comfortable space,
Right.
then you can get more than one perspective. Like, it's okay if I think one way and Joelle thinks another. Who cares?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Because
then you figure out where you stand when you
I've
hear
learned
what
so
other
many different ways to do stuff, from you. It's like, oh, that's so much easier
oh my
and
gosh,
it
yeah.
works just as well. So it's like, yeah. And I love the idea of a Zoom because it's easier to speak than trying to type everything. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it would be really,
I
really
think it might
good.
be kind of fun if everybody was just relaxed and realized that we are, um, you know, we're I am perpetual learner. Like,
Right.
I want to understand how other people see things. I need those things presented to me so that I can look at where I'm at, where my beliefs are. So I love getting that.
Right.
And it's not easy to get. I have
No,
nobody
it's not.
locally. I haven't connected with anyone locally. So anyway, it's something we're considering. So if there's interest, we would love to hear whether you see this today or in a week. Just let
Let
us know in the comments what you think. Um, Judy, yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun,
Yeah, I think
honestly.
so too.
I think it really would. Yeah, me too. Teacher, learner, learner, teacher.
Yeah.
Like, I share what I know and what I've
There's always
experienced.
something new to learn. So yeah.
Well, and that's kind of the premise of today too.
Right.
Nobody knows everything.
No.
And one of the first things I would say is, if somebody's a guru, step back, listen, take what you believe, take what feels right to you, move on, look for someone else too. Like, make sure
Right.
you have a nice diverse circle and you're
Right.
not in one bubble.
Oh,
Um,
yes. I had a teacher one time that if you weren't in line with what she thought, oh, it was bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit. I'm like,
yep. I had one that practically kicked me out of her program because she was teaching a healing modality and I started having spirits come to me and I was speaking to spirits a little bit and
yeah,
she literally got mad. That's not what you do. And I'm like, well,
right.
that's what's happening. So she didn't want to help me with it. So, you know, I just feel like it's not that those teachers aren't serving a purpose for us.
Right.
I think we get something from it. We
Right.
just have to realize that that's happening so that we know, oh wait, let's use discernment. Let's
Yeah, I
learn
was
how to
gonna say
figure out
what
what
that
really
helps,
feels
yeah,
true.
how to
Yeah.
teaches you how to use your own and be like, yeah, this isn't right. And also boundaries, because this isn't right for me. So I'm just gonna
Hmm.
be on along and find somebody that will support you better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But when that happens early on, it can be devastating. And that was
Yeah.
like the first person I had ever connected with. And she was like really mean to me and talking to other people about me and
Oh,
like sending out general emails that were really directed at me and one other of her students that we had connected. And, that's hard when it's early
wow.
on. But I just want to say that a lot of people have those experiences.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you.
Right.
Move on. Just be like, "Oh, interesting, that's not for me. Let's go
Right.
see," ask spirit. Even if you're not really connected to your guides, just ask them to bring you someone else and be patient. It'll show up.
Right.
Like, you'll be drawn to someone,
Oh, yes.
you know,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Mhm.
And I like this. You don't have to stop being human to be spiritual.
Right.
In fact, learning to embrace your humanity may be one of the most important spiritual things you'll ever do. I believe that.
Oh,
What I see with my clients, like I'll work with somebody and I don't work with them necessarily on teaching them spiritual tools all the
right.
time. Usually it's inner healing. Usually it's how to connect with yourself and how to, you know, bring yourself around. And yes, I use spirit for that, but that doesn't mean you have to, right? Like that's just getting you healed and getting you in connection with yourself
Right.
so that you can live happier and healthier and easier, right? Like that's kind of my thing. But what I see is they kind of start picking up their own stuff. They kind
Yeah.
of once they get connected to the root, all of a sudden you start to notice, "Oh, I do have really good intuition. Oh,
Right.
these things are actually kind of coming to me and life gets so much smoother." So I really think that when we connect deeply to ourselves, that's when we open up to all of ourselves.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be scary and it doesn't have to be like you go do it for somebody else, but
Right.
ooh, somebody's here. It's hot.
Right.
They'll probably say, "Shut up,
Oh,
Shauna."
we didn't do our clearing. Maybe that's what
Maybe that's
I
what it
just
is.
realized.
So I'm gonna do a clear real quick. We keep talking about this and we keep forgetting to do this first thing. So let's do that real quick.
Honor our humanity.
No, somebody's here that wants to talk, but they
Yeah.
can wait their turn. All right, so we do a little clearing. So we are going to clear everyone that watches this from now and all the way into the future. Receive a little clearing. And a little extra protection. Okay. All right. That feels done.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That felt good.
Oh, maybe it's Radha, the soul flame.
Ooh, maybe so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would almost make sense. Okay. So we have I'm going to be awful and look at a list because,
Well,
you know, it keeps us from just chit chatting.
that is not awful at all. Because
So,
I have the same list.
right? I'm like, dude, seriously.
We're
So,
human. We can't remember everything.
yeah. And these are things that we want you to look for in a spiritual community, really. That they encourage personal discernment. They don't expect you to blindly believe them. They encourage you to make it yours
Yeah.
and question things. If you can't question something from a group that you're in, that's not a healthy group. It's
Right.
just not. You that doesn't mean that you can't learn something, but you will need to be really discerning about what feels truthful to you, which I think is really important. Like I've had people share things with me and I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't see it that way, but that's fine, right? I mean, is what it
Right.
is. um, they acknowledge they don't know everything. So there's the guru talk, right? A healthy spiritual teacher teachers understand that they are still learning,
Yeah.
right? We are always learning and expanding. And I think lately more information is coming in. So I think that even us, we're finding shifts here and there. We're like, oh, okay. like, makes more sense. Do you ever have, like, moments where I feel like there's, like, understandings floating around me, and I'm, like, so close, but it's just floating around, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't come all the way in, and sometimes that's kind of factual.
Yeah. And then it's like finally it lands and it's like, oh,
Oh, I got it now, yay. It's funny. They'll, of course, honor both spirituality and humanity. We are
human.
emotional, we mess up, we have challenges, life will sometimes throw a speed bump in front of us, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It goes along, with you can have a bad day. You can be
And
spiritual and fight
pretty
somebody in
bad.
a parking lot.
You
If
just
it happens,
don't sit there and stay there. You sit with the emotions and let them go. And
you shadow work it, right? Because
right.
that's kind of what they call shadow work,
Yeah.
right? You be in touch with the emotion and maybe why you're reacting that way, and you sit with it and you work through it, and then you like, "Okay, I'm gonna do better next time because it
Right.
gonna happen again." I think we have tests all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, we do take responsibility for our actions. The
Yes.
energy didn't make me do it,
No.
and
It's
if
not
it did,
Mercury retrograde. It's not its fault. Yeah.
no, 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 and if it did, maybe I have something attached that I shouldn't, and then I should be looking at that, but, you know, we're humans, we all are responsible for ourselves and our lives and the choices we make and the things we allow, right? Although, there are times that's hard to understand. Sometimes it feels like it's happening to you, but, and we're no different, spiritual people or even teachers or people who feel like they know a lot, um, they aren't immune to being human,
Right.
and that's okay. Um, they support and empower, not want you to be dependent upon them. That's something
They
that's a big
want you to
one.
grow. Yeah.
They want you to gain that empowerment and that confidence in your own abilities and figure those out as well. So that's, a really important piece if you're looking for communities to be part of. Um, Also, they can receive feedback, if
I love feedback. I'm like, tell me if I'm doing something and you don't like it, then hey, I will change it up, and I don't get offended at all
yeah, yeah,
because because if you don't like it, somebody else might either. So that's how I look at
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm confusing myself by clicking the wrong buttons on the computer. Let's enjoy a little silence while Shauna figures out how to get back to our banners. I got you guys. Oh Lord. Um, Receiving feedback. I just think that's really important.
it. Yes.
They don't use the spirituality to avoid healing. So spiritual bypassing, as people call it, where they're like all positive, we can't deal with emotion, and what they do is stuff it. And then it just comes out in other ways.
Right.
Um, that's not being spiritual.
No.
Spiritual, it's just not being happy all the time.
Right.
It's not. It is go.
Unsustainable, actually. I mean, to try to be happy all the time. And if you can, I mean, naturally without the shrooms or whatever they're all taking
Pretending.
to get them there, which don't get me wrong, if you do it, that's fine. But you still have to feel the human emotions and
You
take in
do because
what
they don't
happens.
leave.
Right.
They build up and then you blow up or,
Mhm.
I know that when I was first on my own trying to change my behaviors and my thought processes, I did go to that at one point for a very short time, and then I started blowing up again, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I realized I've gotta find the way to sit with those feelings. I've
Right.
gotta find a way to honor them, but ask them not to be in charge of my life.
Right.
And I did realize that, when I heard the voice in my car that said happiness is a choice, just choose it, I realized, oh, so just because I'm having a bad day or I'm crying right now doesn't mean I'm unhappy.
Right.
Like I don't have to be unhappy, but I I have emotion and I have feelings and I have circumstance, but that within me, I can still hold a level of, oh, I'm happy. You know, it was weird. It's a weird thing for me.
Yeah.
Um,
And just don't get upset
Compassionate,
with yourself if you scream at people in the car. You know, it's like
right?
just today there was two people. Oh, no, it must have been. Hey, let's block. I was trying to get in the grocery store, and I like turned down the to go park, and there's these two ladies just right in the middle
Yeah.
talking, and I'm like, excuse me, you know, and it's like I keep inching, closer and closer, and I'm like, I
And
have
all of you
things
want
to
to just
do.
hang on the horn.
I wanted to, and I'm like, excuse me. And then when I go to leave, I'm put my car in park, and no joke, this man stopped the car right behind me, and they're talking, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, what? And I'm
Spirit
like,
is giving
maybe
you a
they're trying
patience
to keep
lesson.
me out of a wreck or something. I don't know, but I had to roll down the window and be like, excuse me, I'm trying to back out here, But it's like that instinct of what the hell, seriously.
Yeah. 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 And it's okay to have those feelings.
Yeah.
Like,
But
and
then I laugh.
I think we're both better. I was so much better about like the whole yelling at people on the road and stuff, like
Right.
judging people's driving until we got to Arizona. It's a
Yeah.
whole other world. And I thought California was bad. Oregon was pretty easy, but here it's nuts.
Right.
And I see that part of me come back out. I'm like, oh, I want to do that all the time. It's so
Right.
annoying. So funny. Um,
Mhm.
you also want to see and feel that there's some compassion in a group of
Right.
people or in a person that you're learning from. You really want a safe, compassionate space from them. Because if you don't have that, you will never release that piece of judging yourself. And I think that's really important when you're growing and changing or healing, is
Absolutely.
that you learn how to stop judging yourself and see it from different perspectives. And I don't think that atmosphere, if there's no compassion, will be
Oh,
helpful at all. Um, yeah, the next one is their life reflects their teachings.
right.
I mean,
That's
nobody's
important.
perfect,
Right.
right? But in general,
Yeah.
do they seem to be, following their teachings? Um, that's integrity, right?
Right.
And along with that, you really want someone who is authentic. You want authenticity.
Right.
You want people to admit that they're having a bad day or a bad moment or what have you. It's not going to live in their life forever, but this is happening and I'm frustrated or I'm angry or whatever. Like you want people who are just authentic and real and, you know, honest.
Right.
And I like this one, celebrate growth, not perfection. I have to do that with people all the time. Like I have a client that I taught or I tuned her to the angelic healing energy that I have. And um, she like asked her to stop doing something. And then she was good for a few days. And then she did the something.
Yeah.
And then she decided they're not going to want to work with her anymore. And she was so mad at herself. And I was like, honey, stop that right there. They're just gonna be like, just start over, girl. It's not a big deal. They don't care. They know it's not easy to be who we are,
Yeah.
right? So it's like realizing that growth of any form, if you're using the tool and you're making mistakes, you're learning, and that's okay. It's growth. Every time you do that, you learn, you grow, you have a new understanding, and that's the only way we get them. You can't get them from a class. You get them from discussions, you
Yeah.
get them from groups, you get them from perusing things and spending time on that, right? Like, and that's important, really important. Do you wanna go over the myths?
Okay. Yeah.
So I can shut up for a while?
You,
Really? Should I just talk, sir? Yes, I do.
you talk better than I do. But
Yeah.
the myth number one we have is spiritual people never get angry. And that's just not true. Look at me, I get mad all the time. But you don't sit there. You
You
have a
process.
brain fart. Used to, before I started this journey, I would literally go in a rage. My family would call me a tyrant. And once I started learning more, and now they still call me that, but I'm like, am I really though? I'm like, stop and think. when have I yelled about the house being filthy? When have, have I demanded this done and got angry about it? And they're like, oh,
It's a habit. They don't see your
yeah,
change. That's another
right. But
piece
once
that's
I
really hard.
point it out to them, it's like, oh, well, you really haven't. And I'm like, yeah, I
Then
mean,
you make it
I'm angry, but I'm not like 24/7. And
yeah. Then you make a request
I
that
get
they
angry.
now call you something else.
Right. Right. But it teaches us how to work with our emotions and not to just push them down and push them down. You bring them up, you sit with them, and you work with them and
For sure.
learn how to change and deal with them in a healthier way.
For sure.
I was just fixing.
I know, I figured you were. Sometimes when we get trapped in certain problems, we do make choices that are not positive. Yes. So what happens when someone who's known to have a good heart does so? Is it just normal? It is
Yeah,
normal. I have a
absolutely.
great heart, but girlfriend, I yelled at some guy in a parking lot because he yelled at me.
Yeah. Uh,
I,
it's absolutely.
yeah. The whole let's talk about the good heart thing for a
Right.
second because having a good heart is not that you're
Never angry.
that well, it's not that you are a doormat. You
Right.
are not to be walked on just because you have a good heart. You can love somebody and be angry with them
Right.
for the way they're acting or the way they're treating you or what have you.
Yeah.
Communication in that situation is really where you want to go if you can, right? I mean, I've had a lot of people in my life I could not communicate with, but you are not a doormat. You do not. Again, this is being happy and loving all the time. Hello, is that human?
It's kind of
You
like
have.
boundaries, you need your boundaries
Yeah.
to not be the doormat. And I
Mhm,
can relate 100% because I was the total people pleaser. I had no boundaries. And
mhm.
finally, it's like one day I'm like, no, I'm done. And
Yeah.
it's like, you get like,
And that's hard too.
it,
If you're a really loving person, you really just want to be able to be in that space all the time, it's hard to set the boundaries.
yeah,
And I think that's where we get messed up when you are, a big-hearted person is you allow the boundaries to be ignored, you don't set them strong enough, and it's hard to do it because you really just want to stay in the loving space. That's probably your soul. But
yeah,
your human self is in desperate need of boundaries, lovingly set, right? If they don't like it, you don't argue with them about it. You just say, "I'm sorry, that's where I'm at." Like,
right. And
all
if
is
they get
well.
mad at you, then that means they don't have your best interest in heart to begin with.
Then
If
you
you
have to
say,
look
hey,
at, yeah,
you're doing this for me, and if they can't accept it, then yeah, it's
right. Do they stay close? Do they stay, in my life?
right.
Do we just talk a little less often? Um, do we take a break and give them a chance to maybe look at the situation as it was? Like, I mean, I don't talk to most of my family because they don't understand me. And it just, it gets toxic and you just can't do it, which I'm not advocating for. I mean, I spent so many years, trying to get along.
Well, I mean, we're human and we can only
Yeah.
take so much. And when the anger comes out, like I'm sure with you, Kevin, it's like everybody's like, oh, why would you do that? And it's like, because you
Yes.
pushed me there. That's why.
Because
It's-
I think every heart needs to have a limit, because when it's hurting that heart, that's not for you. It's not. You need to learn the lesson from it so that they can stop doing it. And I also find that when you do understand, when you sit with a situation and you understand kind of what it could be teaching you, which could simply be to set some boundaries lovingly as possible, that you can then put the intention in your energy field and be like, you know what? I don't want that to keep happening. If it happens again, look at it again. Maybe you missed a perspective. So look for another perspective on it. But like it doesn't have to keep happening. And I've noticed with several people that I work with that if they just decide, oh, I don't think that has to be like that anymore. I understand this part of it. I'm going to expect to have this in the future and give it time because people don't automatically shift, but when you take that out of your energy field and you kind of refuse and don't want that to be in your life, if you've worked it, right? If it's a theme, you got to work it,
yeah.
but it shifts, it softens, it changes. So it lets the other person kind of meet you at that level because I think a lot of what we believe or what we worry about or what we fear is in our energy, and that's where people meet us.
Yeah.
And usually they're there to show us that's in there.
Right.
Right. So anyway, that was way off what we were really talking about today. Keep going. Back to myths. I'll go
Then
for it.
the other, if you're spiritual, you'll never be triggered. That's another myth. 'Cause, yeah.
Girl, that's
That's
just a
part of
chance
how
to
we,
heal.
uh,
Chance to heal. That's all that is.
right? You just, oh, why did this bring this up? And yeah,
Mhm.
happens to me a lot. I'm like, woo. And one thing I was talking to the grandkids the other day is my granddaughter was doing something and my grandson was like, oh my God, you got to stop. You know what that does to me. And I was like, hold up. That's not her responsibility. I said, that trigger is yours, sweetheart. You can't expect people not to say something because
Yeah.
it upsets you. I said, we need to look at it and why is it upsetting you and figure it out so you can work on it and not be bothered by what they're saying. And he was like, maybe it was a little too intense for him, but I was like, this is a learning point here. And I said, it's something that Momo's had to work on too. And
Yeah.
that's how things should be, I guess. But
Yeah, and we're not taught that. And it's beautiful that you have the opportunity to teach your grandchildren while they're growing up because you're taking care of them about this stuff, about those little pieces. Like they're
yeah,
important. They really are.
it is. And
Truthfully.
even their dad, he would get mad because there was this one certain word that he was always called as a kid. It's just stupid. He could not stand to be called stupid. And one day I had said something about the situation they had created was stupid. And
Whoop.
oh my
Yeah.
God, it was like, I thought he was going to hit me. He was so up. And I was like, I wasn't calling you. It was the situation. There's a difference, but you need to work on that.
When we're triggered, we hear it the way
Different.
we hear it.
Yeah.
We don't hear what was really said or what was intended. It's a hard way to live. It was a miserable life back then when I was doing that.
Yeah. Now it's like,
It's
I don't want to say nothing bothers me, but it's a lot easier now once you
yeah.
learn
Yeah.
how to, oh yeah, okay, that's why that's doing
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
So I think we're on negative emotions lower your vibration,
Yeah.
which if you hold them and you lock them in, yes, absolutely, it will. But in the moment,
No.
I don't believe that.
No.
Because I think that as long as you're willing to move away from it, let it calm, and look at it, you clear it, and it's fine.
And it kind of goes back to the other, you got to learn. You have to have these negative emotions to, can you appreciate the good if you're not having the bad?
Not here. I mean, we're in what they call a polarity, right? So good and bad. We have to have it for us to see and learn.
Right. Yeah, but, spiritual.
We've already talked about the toxic positivity, kind of, right?
You have to transcend your humanity.
Oh my gosh, this is a big one.
Yeah. Oh my. But we're here to be human.
That's the thing.
That's,
And sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
I have actually closely worked with healers as I was learning. Spirit would bring them in my path and gotten really close to them, and them being people who were trying to not be human. And it drove me insane. But I was the only one saying it at the time.
Right.
All the people they were surrounded by, all that was going on was get rid of the ego, kill the ego, which you cannot do, by the way, cannot happen. It exists for a reason and it's part of us. You don't have to live in it, but you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, right.
Get rid of the ego, 100% positive all the time. And I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah.
No longer be human. We are human. This is the
How can you
reason we're
not be
here.
human?
It's an experience. It's a growth pattern. It's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's so important to know, hey, I'm human, but I also am connected to so much more than this world. So bringing those and balancing them together is where we find cohesiveness and
Right,
flow, and that kind of thing is to master being human
right.
along with remembrance of who we really are, right? And all of those other pieces that are playing a part. Sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Poor Joelle, she can't get a word out. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at that.
You're good. No, you
Get going.
you explain things better than I can. So I'm like,
Only in conversation. Don't put me on a stage. I don't know my name. It's terrible. Ah, but
and like,
that's an important thing.
right. And the next one, having anxiety, sadness, or grief means you're doing something wrong. And that just, no, it
It
kills me because that's, you're human. We're supposed to have those. And like me, just taken off last month because, of all the grief.
yeah.
I don't do
Yeah.
that. It's doing something. I mean, this was a kid that I say kid, he was a man, but he was
See, he's a
loved
kid.
like my own kid.
Yeah.
And I think it would be something wrong if I didn't have
Yeah.
the grief because,
Sure.
that one just blows my mind.
Yeah. And I also think that to some degree, some of our generalized anxiety has a lot to do with our sensitivities. And when we are 100% unaware of our spiritual connections and our spiritual sensitivities, we are absorbing and receiving from all kinds of sources that we can't see. Not just spirit, but the energy waves here, and the different radio waves and different things,
Yeah.
5G and whatever, all the stuff that's flowing. You know how peaceful and quiet it is when the electricity goes out?
Yes.
So peaceful and quiet. So what we don't know is hard. But
Right.
if you have a lot of anxiety, but you haven't really tapped into any of your spiritual stuff, and you haven't learned how to control your energy field, uh, that could help it. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it'll make it go away.
Should
The
have known that
world
in my
causes us
20s.
anxiety, but it could help. And I
Oh,
found I lived a life of depression, anxiety, and anger,
right.
and I really believe a lot of it was because I was so unaware
Right.
of a absorbing everybody's stuff and all of that. So I really think that's a part of,
Oh,
balancing the human, you know,
yeah.
helps with
I didn't
those.
even know that was a thing back in the 90s. And I'm working retail and just everybody I came in contact with
Oh, yeah.
was just,
Yeah.
whew, no wonder I was medicated, but it
Oh,
didn't help.
yeah.
The medications
Totally.
didn't help at
Oh,
all,
oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, they help my anger. I don't think they help anything else, but I
I
don't
ended
know,
up,
they soften that up.
when I finally learned meditation, that is what helped
Yeah,
me more than
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
I got a divorce, it was great.
Yeah.
Saved me. Anyway, uh, oh,
Really?
being intuitive means you're always right.
No. Sometimes I think they throw in false stuff just to keep you humble.
Yeah, I think they do, and,
Yeah.
have you ever, like, gotten information from someone? Like, I have people that come for insights all the time,
Yeah.
and, I'm like, "I don't know, this is what I get," and then later they're like, that wasn't right,
No.
but it did make me think of this." So, it's like, I think that they send the messages through for what people might need in that moment to get them shifted over to the right
Yeah.
place. So, I do believe that that is some of the messages that come through, is just to kind of be like, "Oh," and she'll remind you not to rely on other people so much, right?
Right.
Go within. Sorry, you have something about that one?
No, I was just agreeing because it's true. I mean, it's like I've gotten so much wrong before, and I'm like, oh well, it's
Yeah. What did it teach you,
that's what you have to look at. What
Yeah.
is, and I don't like to look at it as like being wrong. It's like, yeah, maybe it changed and they
Mhm.
went
Well, that's the
another
other thing. Yeah.
route, path,
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm. Oh, man, timeline shifts and,
Yeah.
you
So
know well, it's like trying to predict the future.
right, you can't.
I don't like when people ask me about future because I don't want to set them on a path.
Right.
I can say from right now where you're standing and the decisions you've been making, this is what it looks like. But girl, you could sidestep one step and be on a whole other rotation.
Yeah.
So, predicting future is kind of funny. Um, I like to just be like, this feels positive, or it feels like there's a change coming that may make it better, right? Like, anyhow, it's all flowing.
Right. And let's see what
Oh,
else.
if you manifest correctly, nothing bad will happen. I don't know about that. We have lessons to learn, right?
Absolutely. I mean, everything's a part of life. You win some, you lose some. It's just how you handle them.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
More spiritual equals more psychic. Nah,
Not necessarily. But
no.
we do, you can make a point here that we do, if somebody hasn't done like their shadow work, mainly,
Right.
and they're not, more or less uh in a good distance into their healing path, they are reading things through their filters. So through their own experiences, through whatever judgments might be in place for them in their belief system or what have you. So you have to remember that sometimes, that can get in the way. So you do want to know that who you're around or dealing with is in the process of their healing, or has done a lot of it and are willing to keep going, because I don't think we're ever done. um, I think that's an important piece of that too, is to realize you could go to two different people and get completely different perspectives of it for that reason,
Right.
honestly. So you want to make sure somebody's clear, as clear as they can be.
Setting boundaries isn't spiritual. I think it's one of the most spiritual things you could do.
Yeah.
That we always get that, that self care and taking care of yourself, and that's part of it. Even though it's hard, and I know we talked a little bit about it earlier,
Yeah.
it's hard but necessary.
Yeah.
Like Shauna said,
I just really feel like the whole spiritual thing is just about figuring out who you are
right.
while you're
You have
here,
the true
who
self.
you're being, who you want to be. It's a choice. We don't feel like, there's so many times in my life that I felt like a victim of the world, right? Like, and then I realized it really is a choice, but that's not an easy concept to bring through. It's not easy to understand that I'm choosing to be in lack at the moment, right? Like, do I really consciously want to be? No. But is there something else happening? Probably. And it's like, you got to figure that out.
Right.
Anyway. And, you're always going to struggle. So
Oh, absolutely.
you said Mercury wanted to come through. Shall we just move
Yeah.
to Mercury?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Somebody's hot again. I wonder who that is. Oh, there we go.
He was wanting to come in when we were talking to Kevin about earlier, but I was like, oh, we can.
Then we should have stopped and channeled him. I told you, remind me.
He's fine. He's not impatient. He's good. Okay.
Good. All right. Oh, I don't have a banner. Sorry.
Yes, I come to you to speak about this open communication and the boundaries as well. Do not fear speaking your truth to others and your wants and your needs when you need the space or the boundaries. It is perfectly acceptable for you to put them in place because, as this one mentioned, it is a form of self care. And we are pushing that so much at this time because all of the energies coming in, you need to protect yourself in a way by placing these boundaries, putting up the, not necessarily walls, but not letting people walk all over you and steal your energy, because that is basically what they do when they just siphon stuff from you and walk in without permission and get mad when you won't do things and you feel like you have to keep the peace. That is not what we are wanting you to do any longer. Know that it is okay to say no. And that is a complete sentence. You do not have to explain. You do not have to feel sorry. We want each and every one of you to know to fill yourself up first before you try to take care of others. Make sure you are happy, you are grounded, you are rested, and then you can help the others as well if you choose to. But do not feel obligated to help others just because you have in the past. If they are what you know as energy vampires, or they're just so draining. This one likes to say, if you see their name on your phone and your reaction is, oh, then that may be a person that you need to cut ties to, because that is an energy vampire. And you want to be as full as you can be to do what makes you happy and take care of yourself and communicate to others. Hey, I am doing this for me. I can help you when the time is right for me. You do not have to be on someone else's schedule either. And if you need help, you can call me in and I will gladly help you with speaking these truths for yourself.
That's
Ooh,
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Mercury is communication.
Yeah.
When I typed the word Mercury on the thing, I couldn't remember, but it is clear communication. So Mercury can help you with that.
That's good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I
Uh,
like to have you mention not on your own schedule, not theirs, because so many people feel like they have to rush and, oh, I need to get this done to help them. No, they can wait and it'll be okay.
I'm one of those, I will drop everything if somebody
Right.
says they need something, and I've been trying so hard to just, with myself, set those boundaries. Stop
Right.
it.
Right.
They don't have to be do all die all. Like,
Right.
if it doesn't fit, don't drop everything.
Yeah.
But I have a real problem with that.
Oh, yeah, I am too. I mean, I was proud of myself all ago when my son come in asking for help. I'm like, no, you have to wait because I have this coming up. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not like I've never had a live on Friday before. It's like,
Oh my goodness. That's true.
yeah.
So I think I figured out who's here,
to-
and it's Isis.
Ah,
Isis. I was like, it's not Radha, right?
yeah,
Like, her card came out, so she may have something to say. But
yeah.
once I figured it out, cooled down. So it's gotta be Isis. So let's see what she says. This card is magic manifesting. So I don't know if that's where it is where she's at today. Okay. I guess it is. Okay. Let's pull her in and see what she has for run out of time. Yes, yes, yes. I am here and I do wish to speak about manifesting. You have to realize, as creator beings, you each are creator beings. You are here to create your reality. And what you must understand is that you can create that positively or negatively. And we wish for you to realize this is happening. That if you worry, you focus on that issue that you would deem bad, right? You're concerned that's going to happen, and your what ifs, those are all creating things for you. And what we really want for you is to gain control of your thoughts, for you to begin to trust the universe to help you. That is what has helped this one so much, is to remind herself that she is always taken care of, whether she's sitting in a moment of lack or not. If she needs something, something will happen. And if you begin to trust that, and then you begin to continually get to know who you really are and what you want or need or what you wish for this life, and you focus on those pieces more than what the mind does, because the mind will go crazy, but you can tell it that that's not where you want to focus. Now, this one worked hard to get that changed, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still moments of this happening. And those moments will slow down the positive manifestations. So we ask for you to become more, for the lack of a better word, mindful of what is happening in your brain. And some of this is subconscious. So then you have to make choices in moments where, oh, this is how I wish to see this. This is how I wish this to come in. Oh, get to the moment where this is here, even if it's not, but imagining what the feeling would be if you were to receive those items, if you were to receive whatever this is. It may be love, it may be things, it may be it could be anything. It could just be a new friend. But for you to imagine what it would be like to have a close friend, and what you would be doing and how well you guys would be getting along. If you can imagine that more often, even if your brain still has moments of worry, it will help you. So if you could begin a practice of catching, first catching when you're thinking negatively, in a sense, when you're worrying about something and shifting that to no, I don't have to worry about that. It's going to be absolutely perfect no matter how it turns out. It's going to make sense. And the universe cares for me. The universe is helping me. You give your guides permission every time you do that to come a little closer and help you a little bit more. And you can always call me. I love to help with manifesting. I love to help you get on track with that. Not that all of you are off track, because that's not true. And you're not always off track. This will come and go. A lot of what happens in your lives they come in waves. It's energy waves. It's just like anything else that you do. It's like channeling. We will come kind of in a wave to you. And this is true about how things flow in your life. You will have waves in one direction and then waves in another. So understand that that doesn't mean that you are not on the right track. And recently, this one learned that there is such a thing as when you begin to manifest and the opposite begins to happen. Now, this doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. This is kind of a normal thing where the opposite can come at you. And what's happening is we are trying to strengthen your resolve. And you say, no, that's not actually what I was looking for. And you go back to your manifestation thoughts and you say, I see that you're giving me a choice, but that's not my choice. So if you then go, oh, well, I guess I'm not doing it right and I can't manifest that, you're not going to receive whatever it is. But if you stick with it and have faith in yourself, then you will see that you will move past that opposite point. And then in the future, things will begin to make sense. So there are things that happen naturally that may make you feel like you're doing something wrong, but you're not. You're not. Just stay as positive as possible. Catch the thoughts. Offer a thought. If you're judging yourself, offer an opposite thought in that moment to clear that out. Get yourself seeing things, feeling things, knowing things in another way. And this is a lot of work. We understand that. But we are here to help. So please lean on your guidance teams. Call me in. Happy, happy, happy to help. And I appreciate being brought through in this moment. Feels busy. I felt like I was talking 150 miles an hour.
But that's so true, though. Just don't give up when you're trying to manifest and
It's a big one.
be positive. Yeah. If you,
And I just kind of learned that recently, that there's kind of a law of the opposite that
right.
can be activated when you're manifesting something. And I learned that from that book, that Soul Contract Decoded book,
Yeah.
um, where it talked very clearly about law of opposite, which I've never heard of.
Right.
I'm glad she mentioned it because I feel like it's so important to understand that the universe just tests us. So, are you sure that's what you want?
Right.
Yeah, I am. You know, if you just settle for whatever the opposite is and you get defeated, then nothing changes.
Right.
So, anyhow,
True.
Yes, she's hot.
Yeah.
She's really warm. Sorry.
You could get your little fan like I had.
Oh my goodness, there is a fan on it. The AC's on. It's running in this moment. It's just hot. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, thank y'all for joining us today. And again, like was mentioned at the beginning about, maybe getting a spiritual Zoom together.
Yeah, if
Wrap,
you guys are
wrap my brain.
interested. And what I was thinking about this today, I was thinking about what do we really call it? Because I don't want it to be like spiritual conversations. I really feel like let's come together and share perspectives, more of a perspective sharing where spiritual or metaphysical things are concerned. We all learn from that. It's wonderful.
Right. Oh,
So,
absolutely. I love hearing
you know,
different perspectives from people. It's
me too. Sometimes I go, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
right. Right.
Sometimes those conversations help to bring in those understandings, like I was saying earlier, like my understandings kind of float in my energy field until I'm ready to really get them in. And the conversations are kind of what tends to bring that in. Yeah. But it'd be
Absolutely.
great if it was with somebody other than my daughter who doesn't want to hear it. So if anybody's interested in something like that, we're talking once a month, we'll get on Zoom, we can all just drink coffee or whatever and share, and I think the only challenge we would have would be figuring out when would be a good time to do so.
Yeah.
Joelle's very busy. So I think it would need to be late enough that people are home from work and that kind of stuff. But, so we would have to figure that out. But if we have enough people interested, we will figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And you
thoughts.
don't even have to have perspectives. Maybe just, hey, I have spiritual people that I can talk to that, you may not have where you live.
Maybe you have questions.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe you've had experiences. You want to be like, what did this mean?
right.
And we could help probably decode it to some degree. Right. And then you can sit with that and figure that out after that. I mean, it's kind of endless. It's just open discussion.
Right.
Like not really led by anything other than what's on our minds right now. And I mean, you can see how a little bit of discussion like this can lead us right down, a whole other alley. I'm really good at that. So learning, having fun.
Yeah. So y'all can just leave us a comment.
Yeah.
If y'all would be interested.
Yeah. We would love it.
Yeah. Even if it's 2 or 3, hey.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be 12 people. Like
Right.
if there's just a few people who want to share perspectives and they think that there's something that they could share or that they would like to ask about or learn about or talk about or we can always just share experiences. Those are fun.
Just informal, nothing. I think it would be great.
I think it'd be fun. So we'll keep working on that idea and keep looking for, more interest. And then and between here and there, we'll figure out when Joelle's crazy raising children schedule would allow it.
Oh, it is Juneteenth, huh?
Oh, it is, huh? Didn't realize.
I didn't even realize it was.
I didn't even realize it was Friday today, frankly.
Right.
I don't know about you all, but time and days and it's going nuts. So
crazy lately.
Yeah. But yet my days have been really slow. So I don't know. Anyhow, we're going to stop babbling. Yeah. And thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And putting up with us.
Yeah.
And questions, comments, any of that, just let us know. And we're happy to chit chat, clearly.
We will see y'all next week.
Bye. Thanks for joining us today. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And you could join us on Patreon for exclusive content and deeper behind the scenes magic. We will see you next time.